The car is pretty heavily damaged. It looks like a modified.
Yeah.
There's no front end on it, so I'm sure he's having a tough time handling it.
Got a handful of wheel.
Yeah.
It's probably about time to head off to the pits.
Now he's headed off.
And probably the best decision there for Heikkinen, who tried to battle through a couple of different crashes, but that certainly got the best of him tonight. As we will have a restart, all these guys bunched up again, so Burdick's narrow lead will be even smaller as we get started once again with Dave Flynn right there and Willie Johnson Jr.
It's just what Willie Johnson and Dave Flynn needed right now. Even Nick and Scott Lawrence behind them. Tight
really
restart.
anybody's race now, and the first couple
Here
of
we
4
go.
or 5 cars, they get started once again. We've got just 4 laps to go to crown a winner.
Dave Flynn giving Burdick a little push. Got him a little loose. Willie Johnson take advantage on that high side as they scream down the backstretch, driving hard into turn number 3. Kevin Burdick, Dave Flynn, Willie Johnson Jr. battling it out as they come down the front straightaway.
And Johnson Jr. taking a page straight out of Darrell Nelson's playbook from earlier tonight as he tries the high line to try and get by Burdick, and he's done just that.
3 laps to go, 2 this time by. Still anybody's race as Kevin Burdick now drives really hard in through turns 3 and 4, and they're door to door as they come down the front straightaway.
But hold on just a second. We've got another caution flag. Not so fast, folks.
16 car.
Of Mark Smith there from Solon Springs
and
turned around.
23 of Ashley Smith.
From Duluth. I didn't see what happened in the backstretch. We were too caught up in the front 3 going almost 3 wide at around turn number 4.
Just a little catch of the end of the replay there. That's a tough break. That's good for Kevin Burdick, though, who just lost his lead, but he was about to put up quite a fight. 2 laps to go. Almost a recreation of the modified feature from earlier this evening.
Absolutely, and Willie Johnson Jr., this would be his first feature win here at Amsoil, so certainly on his mind, but Burdick is not going to give that away easily, along with Dave Flynn, who won here a week ago. But for now, all the attention is on the tow truck again. Ashley Smith there, probably going to get hooked off. And after that's done, we'll have 2 laps. That's all, 2 laps. That certainly makes it for some exciting racing as we take a look.
Kevin Burdick and Dave Flynn as they go, and they'll see our cameras just catch them. Hard to say what happened there. Ashley and Mark get into it in turn 3. Around they go, and unfortunately, Ashley's on the hook.
As we wait for them to get Ashley cleaned up and get her off the track, Pally back to the pits, we'll have your final 2 laps. Stay right here on the My9 Sports Network. Certainly a lot on the line, and just 2 laps of racing after 18 have already gone by. Can Willie Johnson Jr. win his first ever feature race? Will it be Kevin Burdick or Dave Flynn once again? We'll find out in just 2 laps as we take green.
Willie Johnson Jr. is going to keep a nose out front as they hit the backstretch as they go 3 wide. Kevin Burdick, Dave Flynn not giving Willie a lot of room. They'll kind of fall into place as they come down the front straightaway.
Here's the final lap of the super stock feature.
Dave Flynn made a move coming out of turn number 4 and takes that lead, and he will take the lead screaming down the back straightaway into 3 and 4.
Can Willie Johnson catch him? Will Kevin Burdick, or will it be Dave Flynn once again?
3 wide, bumping and banging. Dave Flynn is wrecked.
Bumped out of the way, the checkered flag there.
Contact with Willie Johnson Jr.
Went to Kevin
Dave
Burdick.
Flynn, Kevin Burdick.
Try and figure out exactly what they call here. And Jerry, in your time here, have you ever seen a finish quite like that?
Actually, unfortunately, several of them. So,
Have you ever participated in a finish quite like that?
No. We just have to find out what's going on. They'll figure it out in the booth, and the official finish coming.
We'll find the official ruling as we wait to hear from them. A lot of the fans up and cheering, though, and why not? What a finish there down the final stretch. We said it wouldn't disappoint, and we know it wouldn't.
They put a lap back up.
So we've got 1 more lap, it looks like, on the scoreboard, but we'll wait for the official ruling and maybe just do that whole thing again, and why not? Maybe it'll be just as fun the second time around.
Well, unfortunately, though, Some guys might be having a little trouble for the bonus lap.
Let's take a look here and then try to see exactly what happens down just a crazy final stretch.
Trying to fit 3 cars in one lane.
There you go.
And there just was not enough room for Dave Flynn, who hits the infield.
Kevin Burdick out, hit the wall. You can see the damage on his car as he drives by.
Well, they're going to call this on the 30 of Kevin Burdick, who comes over the back, but the checkered flag
Oof.
goes out.
Tough break,
Kevin is going to get the penalty.
and so they'll give the win there to Dave Flynn. Burdick will go to the back after that. And so it's Dave Flynn for the second week in a row who's granted champion after that just crazy, crazy finish. And hopefully we'll get Flynn up to the winner's circle and hear from him and his thoughts on that final stretch.
And that's kind of the gamble you take, Kevin Burdick. You know, he was racing hard, racing for the win. I wouldn't say I could even blame the guy. Just a little rough and kind of cost him.
As we see Flynn making his way to the winner's circle for the second week in a row. And I hope you stayed with us because that was certainly one that you did not want to miss. What a great finish as Dave Flynn makes his way up. A checkered flag well earned for Flynn in a great race with Willie Johnson Jr., Kevin Burdick, and the like. As we wait to hear from tonight's winner of the Super Stock feature. Again, Dave Flynn from right here in Superior, Wisconsin. Let's hear from him.
Well, Dave, how do we do here? It was one heck of a finish, I'll tell you. And they say cautions help or hinder. I think you got a little help on that last caution. Not this one, the one just before that.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really know what was going to happen on the outside. I was running the bottom, but got a good run. And I don't know what happened on the last lap. That wet spot down there was pretty slick. I don't know if the 30 hit that and hit me, but sent me for a ride. I didn't know.
Well, between you and 18, Willie Johnson, and 30, Kevin Burdick, you know, you guys are running pretty regular all through the whole thing, but you come out on top. And what's this, your third for the year, I think?
Yeah, it is. It's a great feeling. I got to thank all the sponsors on this car. Rick's Auto Body, Jimmy's Saloon, Magoo Motorsports. Turn 3, guys down there are great. Manitowan Bar and Grill, Shell's Daycare, and Cooter's Garage. Thanks to everyone else that's helped me out in years past.
Great job, Dave. Congratulations.
So
Once again, your Super Stock feature winner, Dave Flynn, as we take another look at the finish line here. Of course, he's not the one that crosses first, but they called it because if you can see Flynn gets bumped by Kevin Burdick here. Just not enough room for 3 cars.
Flynn was coming down, Willie was holding the middle, and Kevin was starting to slide up. It's just chain reaction.
Basically, Kevin Burdick slid up and bumped Willie Johnson into the 29 and spun him out. And so after all the smoke cleared, the fans or the officials decided to finish it on that lap and award it to Flynn.
Certainly a finish to remember. We'll come back and have a full recap of tonight's action. Stay with us.